Chris Hedges has a new article in Truthdig.com entitled Trump and the Christian Fascists. And it actually came out a couple weeks ago, the end of July, which it's even more pertinent now since Trump clearly, said there was both sides after Charlottesville. Oh, there's both sides of it. He didn't even in his denouncing of the Klan Nazi assholes that did this, he still had to say, well, there's two sides. There's not two sides to it. So, but this article is very interesting. Is that his alignment with the Christian right, and Hedges calls it the Christianized fascism, with its network of mega churches, schools, universities, and law schools, and its vast radio and television empire, is a potent ally for the beleaguered White House. The Christian right has been organizing and preparing to take power for decades. Basically, they started in the late 70s, and that's when they really started to hijack the Republican Party and turn it into the right-wing crazy place that it is. If the nation suffers another economic collapse, which is probably inevitable, another catastrophic domestic terrorist attack, or a new war, which they're trying to get us into in North Korea and maybe just back to Afghanistan, who knows, maybe probably both, President Trump's ability to force the Christian rights agenda on the public and shut down dissent will be dramatically enhanced. In the presidential election, Trump had 81% of white evangelicals behind him. That's surprising, right? Because he's just a slick politician. He's an open philanderer. Like they gave the moral high ground, like, oh, Bill Clinton's moral problems or whatever. But really, so Trump is morally? So how does that happen? Because Trump, they know, and they've been, it's been proven right since he won. He's trying to defund Planned Parenthood, restrict abortion, discriminate against LGBT, and in the name of doing it in religious liberty, which is just like, either the people in the religious right are just blind to how evil he is, or they don't care to how evil and corrupt and how non-Christian he is, but they just like, well, he's in power and he can push our crazy agenda, so we're going to back him, which is probably that one. He is allowing churches to become active in politics by gutting the Johnson Amendment. His nomination of judges has been championed by the Federalist Society, and his call for a ban on Muslims, obviously, have gotten the Christian right all hot in the bother. They love it. He's rolling back. The Christian right they are fascists. Hedges is absolutely correct. And here's why the question of like, well, if there's supposed to be these devout Christians, how can they line up with a guy like Trump? Because they're like Trump, right? I'll say this. Here's what Hedges says about that subject. On the surface, it appears to be incongruous that the Christian right would rally behind the slick New York real estate developer, right? Doesn't read the Bible, probably can't even read it all. He's a misogynist, all this other crap. He defrauds and cheats people, right? Hedges says it's in fact, these are the very characteristics that define most of the leaders of the Christian right. With all their fake TV churches and give me your money and you get to go to heaven. Trump has preyed on desperate people through the thousands of slot machines in his casinos, his sham university, and his real estate deals. Mega church pastors prey on their followers by extracting seed offerings, love gifts, tithes, and donations, and by selling miracle healings along with prayer clothes. I'm going to start selling political vigilante prayer clothes. And if you wear them and pray hard enough, then you get to go to progressive heaven, where there's socialized health care. Yeah, that's my new Patreon tier, guys. You donate to me $1,000 a month on Patreon, and I'll let you go to progressive heaven. Right? where baby Bernie Sanders Jesus will anoint you into the holiness of all of our progressives, and you get to sit at the bosom of FDR. Sorry for me to be a wingnut. Pastors have established with their megachurches, as Trump did in his business, despotic fiefdoms. I fucking love Hedges, man. He's calling a megachurch despotic fiefdom. It's so, like, he's just like an archer that just nails it right in the center. They cannot be challenged or questioned any more than an omnipotent Trump could be challenged on the reality television show The Apprentice. And they seek to replicate their little tyrannies on a national scale with white men in charge. Fuck, I gotta read. It's Hedges, you gotta read more. The personal piety of most of the ministers who lead the Christian right is a facade. Their private lives are usually marked by hedonistic squalor that includes mansions, private jets, limousines, retunes of bodyguards, personal assistants and service, shopping sprees, lavish vacations, and sexual escapades that rival those carried out by Trump. And because they run churches, in many cases, church funds pay for their tax-free empires, including their extravagant lifestyles. Yeah, that's the greatest scam in the world. I should start a political vigilante church, then I wouldn't have to pay taxes. They also engage in the nepotism found in the Trump organization, elevating family members to prominent or highly paid positions and passing on the business to their children. The Christian right scandals, which give a glimpse into the sordid lives of these multimillionaire pastors, are legion. Oh, Hedges, dude. It's a little late. I'm a little loopy, but I guess it's it's just so great. Jim and Tammy Faye Baker's Praise the Lord Club, for example, raked in as much as $1 million a week. Jesus. Oh, it's like L. Ron Hubbard created Scientology on a bet, right? God, I bet you I could create one. I know I could do it and just make $1 billion overnight, but maybe I will, you guys. Join the political vigilante. His Holiness, the Batman, he'll make you right with God. Yeah, it goes on. It talks about how Jim Baker's, $158 million scam. They all, he goes to say, they all believe in tasteless kitsch, as does Trump. He talks over just all gaudy, big checks. I mean, Hedges is fantastic. Read the whole article, man. Hedges is just so great. Oh, here's his last paragraph. Let us not stand at the open gates of the city waiting passively for the barbarians. They are coming. They are slouching towards Bethlehem. Let us shake off our complacency and cynicism. Let us openly defy the liberal establishment, which will not save us, to demand and fight for economic reparations for the poor and the working class. Hedges. Let us give all Americans a reality-based hope for the future. Time is running out. If we do not act, American fascists, clutching Christian crosses, waving American flags, and orchestrating mass recitations of the Pledge of Allegiance, united behind the ludicrous figure of Donald Trump, will ride this rage to power. I know people want to give up. They see this and they want to check out, and they just want to get high and get drunk and play video games, and all that stuff's fine in small doses. If you're doing it every day and you're not participating and you're just in your phone all the time and you're just not participating in the world, then you are missing out. And your apathy is part of the problem. Everyone's talking #resist after the election, and then some people just check out. They just bail. They talk about it because talking is easy, but apathy is easy. Just going and fucking off is easy. Digging your feet in and fighting is hard. I got fired because of my Twitter feed. I told you that story, right? I was supposed to do a whole movie review show down at Comic-Con, and this company saw my Twitter feed and they fired me. And I was mainly talking about corporate Democrats. That's the world we're living in. And I could have buckled and folded this show up and gone and chased that traditional media corporate dollar. I'm not going to do that. If TV wants to hire me, great. But guess what? This show ain't changing. My Twitter feed ain't fucking changing. So, Hedges is the man, and his writings are right on. And we should be resisting and helping and pushing a real working class agenda. And what he said, reality-based hope. Don't just say hope and change and put it on a bumper sticker and have cool artwork, but like real hope and change. There's a Green New Deal coming. There's jobs opening up for you. We're going to save the planet and everyone's going to work doing it. You're going to get free healthcare. You're going to get college tuition. We're going to get these poor people better homes and access. And the homeless people problem you have in your city, we're going to get the homeless off the street and get them on medication and get them to become functioning members of society. That's what we're going to do. That's what we all could do. But we can't do that if you check out, if you don't want to participate, if you just want to hide from whatever. First, you have to face yourself. You have to look in the mirror and say, what can I do? What can I change? How can I be better? And surround yourself with people that are forward-thinking and positive people. Don't surround yourself with dipshits. If you got people that are fucking doing blow and partying and being idiots, then guess what? You're going to start doing that. Don't fall down that rabbit hole.